and welcome back to Salmon FM with me, Mitchell, and this is Rebuilding Barcelona. Now, I know everybody else has done it, but I figured I'd jump in on it myself, and I figured I'd have a little play with Barcelona myself. So, what I've done is, I've not set myself any targets on this. I know the debt for Barcelona isn't exactly realistic, so I figured I'd just do my best to lower the wage budget a little bit. The only thing I have set myself is that Messi is definitely being released at the end of the season. Again, as I said with the AS Roma, I've not set any of the new squads in place. I am using the original squads from as if we start in the 2020-2021 season all over again. I'm hoping that the finances are a bit more accurate with Barcelona in FM22. Fingers crossed it will be. But anyway, let's jump in and let's have a little nose at what we're going to do. So here we are at the start of the season, and the first game is going to be up against Valencia. Season has kicked off for a couple of teams already, but first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run down the tactic. I'm using GYR FM's 4-2-3-1 Swanzalona. I saw this highlighted by Omega Luke's one of his old videos, and I hadn't used the tactic up until this Barcelona save, so I was hoping for big things from it, and yeah, I wasn't disappointed going forward. I've not done any sales at the minute. I've not sold any players. I've not signed any players. Everything is as it was before. The only thing obviously I've done is set Messi for release. So will we be able to replace him? Time will tell. That's how we got on in pre-season, and here is the schedule to start the season. So yeah, I'm expecting big things. Like I did with the Roma, what I'm going to do, all 3 seasons are going to be in this one episode, and I'm going to jump ahead each point. So what we're going to do now is, like we did last time, we're going to jump ahead until the end of January. I'll show you what transfers I was able to make and how we've been getting on in the league. So yeah, let's jump forward to the end of January. 31st of January, and you find us top of the table. So we are 3 points clear of Real Madrid. This season, it's not about what we can do, it's just purely about getting through it and saying goodbye to this man here who is absolutely cleaning up with this tactic. I've fully enjoyed using this tactic now, so yeah, it's a big thumbs up for the Swanzalona. GYRFM, take a bow, mate. I've absolutely loved using this tactic, and as you can see, I'm just going through the results here. At this point in the season, we are undefeated with this tactic, with this team. And for me, I don't know how you guys feel, but I think last season's, obviously this season on this game, Barcelona's squad wasn't good enough anyway. Yet we've been doing the business. Like, look at this, Lazio 7-0. You know, Coutinho, Griezmann, Fati, Braithwaite getting in the goals. You know, cleaning up 6-2. Bilbao, you got 5-0 out. Okay, so these are against lower teams, but it's wins. It's wins. Drew against Real Madrid, but yeah. So tactic's a big win for me, mate. Tactic's a big win for me. So as for the transfers, stick them in date order for you. So we've had a couple of people leave on freeze. This is a lot of players that don't actually have any place in my team. No inbounds just yet. Obviously all these were done before. Now the only thing I am going to say here is we do have a couple of inbounds coming. So I'm bringing in Memphis Depay, like they did in real life. However, I decided to rob Real Madrid of signing David Alaba. Funny enough, they did put in for David Alaba with me. However, Alaba chose Barcelona over Real Madrid, so make of that what you will. Little look at the finances, and as you can see, the club's still in debt there. Still in a 221.5 million net debt. Obviously, we all know in real life it is much higher than that. So, got all your original debts and whatnot over here. But yeah, overall 749, and the remaining is 212. But yeah, it's much higher in real life. We all know that. So yeah, should we jump to the end of the season and see how we're getting on? Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll have a rundown of how we got on in the other competitions in season 1. So I will see you in just a second. As you can see, we finished the season as champions, a whopping 17 points above Atletico Madrid. Second half of the season, however, Messi didn't really pull his weight, and yeah, Griezmann overtook him as the top goal scorer. He kept the overall highest average rating, and he ended up joint top assists with Jordi Alba. But yeah, Messi did definitely go off the board a little bit second half of that campaign. Little look at the competitions, and you'll see above our head, Supercopa de España, we are the winners. We lost in the Copa del Rey. We lost 6-5 on penalties to Sociedad. Knocked out in the Champions League quarter-final by Atletico Madrid. But yeah, as I said, top of the pod on the league, 17 points. And yeah, don't know how we got a £71 million transfer budget going into the end of the season, new season, but it is what it is. 276 in the net debt now, apparently. Sponsors and projection. Projection has us getting some more money in the next couple of years. So yeah, that's that. That's the state of play at the end of season 1. I'm going to jump now into season 2. So let's jump forward to that. Season 2 is starting how season 1 ended, with a match against Real Sociedad. So we did lose Sociedad obviously in the Copa del Rey, 6-5 on penalties, but that's not the main thing. What have we done in terms of transfers? Let's have a little look at the history. So inbound, obviously, as you can see there, you've got Depay and Alaba joining us. I've also signed Sandro Tonali. So I brought the little wonder kid in. Obviously, in real life he's stayed at AC Milan, I believe, but on here his loan was coming to an end and he's gone back to Brescia. I've swooped in and snapped him up. Hands down, best bit of business I could have done. Outbounds though, I got rid of Fernandez to Santos on a permanent. Todibo is gone to Porto on loan. Musa Wagyu is gone to Schalke for 18 million, and Dembele, sick note, is gone to Bayern Munich for a grand total of 60 million when it goes up. The board are disappointed, but it's money in the bank that we needed. Obviously, ignore the transfer budget. I'm not spending that as much as I can. And obviously, what I'm going to do before we jump to the end of January, I'm going to jump to the end of this transfer window. Actually, no, do you know what? I'm going to just jump straight to the end of the transfer window and we can have a little look at that. I don't know how, but apparently the net debt has now disappeared. I don't know whether that's just an error with the game, because according to this down here we still have this debt, but there's no net debt left. So yeah, I think that needs to be looked at by the game, by FM. But yeah, it is what it is. So just a quick confirmation that we do not have Lionel Messi in our squad. Messi is not there. Where is he at this current time? He has actually gone and joined Paris Saint-Germain anyway, and he's already played his first game. So good luck to little Leo. yeah, it's a shame it couldn't have been more, but yeah, he's already gone to Paris. He's already played one league game for him, but they haven't given him a number. Is that because I don't have the French league loaded? Maybe. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump to January, and I'll have a rundown of all the deals I've done and the squad, how we're looking halfway through this campaign. 7th of February 2022. I've jumped a little bit up. I went a week over. But at this point of the year, we're top of the table. Just a point ahead of Real Madrid this time though. It's Memphis Depay that's setting the world alight up front for us. 24 goals. 2 more than Messi did this stage last season, but I have gone another week, so yeah. Pjanic is now setting the scene with the assists, and as you can see, the tactic is definitely still going there, still the go-to one. However, how is the club looking? So our overall balance is now 139 million, 108 million in the bank. Debts and loans, we have now 92 grand worth of debt. Transfer debt is 20.3, but this is at 160 still. So again, I don't understand why these are not showing up here. But anyway, right, let's have a little look at the business that I managed to do. The only other one I brought in was Dale Taylor. Now, if you don't know about Dale Taylor, I'm going to tell you a story about Dale Taylor. I was playing a personal save with Nottingham Forest. Well, I weren't Nottingham Forest originally. I started off unemployed, took the Barrow job, got the Forest job, and Lyle Taylor and Lewis Graben both were injured. So I called up Mr. Dale Taylor from the under 23s. And when I say he hit the ground running, he hit the ground running. If you give him game time and you give him enough focus, really, Dale Taylor turns into a wonder kid. If you can, first season, sign him. Yes, I don't know how good he's going to be on FM22. I hope he stays like how he is. Sign him. Give him a whirl, and yeah, just thank me later. Anywho, outbounds. So made a little bit more money. So we sold Firpo to Everton for 23 total. Carl Zelina left us for £5 million, and Juan Miranda left us on loan, bringing in 41.5 grand a week. So that was it. Competition wise, got knocked out in the Champions League. I kind of embarrassed that I finished below Arsenal. Sorry, Arsenal fans, but yeah, it didn't help that I lost to AC Milan. So it's the Europa League for me. As for the Super Copa de España, we didn't defend that. We lost to Atletico Madrid in the final. Copa del Rey, though, we are in the semi-finals against the Leganes, so we've got a good chance to get into the final there. So it's time for another jump, and let's jump to the end of the season and see how much of this I could actually walk away with. Another season and another La Liga title. Beating Real Madrid this time only by 5 points, so yeah, we weren't as clear as we were the last time. However, Memphis Depay in this formation has absolutely killed it. 36 goals across the season. Well, that's just, I think, yeah, I don't know, yeah, it must be that. But yeah, so 36 goals for Mr. Memphis Depay. And yeah, you can't complain really. The only thing I will say is that I was really annoyed because we lost in Europa League to Tottenham. So not only did I finish below Arsenal in the Champions League group, I was knocked out by Spurs. talk about embarrassing. Again, sorry Arsenal Spurs fans. We lost in the final of the Copa del Rey again. So the Copa del Rey is my always the bridesmaid, never the bride scenario. So yeah, it's not ideal, but the Copa del Rey is definitely not my friend. We've got the FIFA Club World Cup that's going to start in 12 days. Pish posh, we'll have a look at that in Season 3. I'm not really interested in it. If we win it, we win it. Well, we win it, great, but oh well. So yeah, again, we now have apparently £27 million worth of net debt, but this has gone down to 143 total. So I generally have no idea what's going on with all this. No more inbounds and outbounds at this point, and we jump to Season 3, so the next and final season. Before we do jump into Season 3, I just want to point out I had this email come through saying our good financial performance in recent times has allowed the club to pay off part of the outstanding club debts, strengthening our position for a build for a successful future. So yeah, we now have a lot of money in the bank. We have no net debt. We have a little bit of transfer debt, and we still have this bank loan. But apparently all of our debts are clear. We still have £143 million worth of debt, but our debts are clear. Okay. Ignore the mind numbing of that, but yeah. I'm going to now take that as an open checkbook. I'm now going to spend money, but I'm going to spend it carefully, and I'm going to keep the wage budget as low as I possibly can. I have 5.5 that I'm allowed to spend. I am currently spending 4.2 with a committed spend of 4.3, so I'm going to do my best to try and keep that down as low as possible, as well as making some decent signings in certain areas. This is the squad before we go in. I'll tell you what, I'll do it this way so you guys can have a little look at this. Yeah, that's I'd say that was probably the squad I was using. Let's have a look at the squad depth. So as you can see, these guys are up there. Obviously feel free to pause it at any point that you guys wish. Yeah, so there, that's what you have for our squad. Little run through here. You got this little fella that's coming through the finger. He must be in the game already. Gavi, if you can, try and sign him. He was tearing up a couple of friendlies, so yeah. Let's carry on and jump forward to Season 3. Okay, this time round I haven't jumped to the start of the first game of the season. What I've done, I've actually jumped into the end of the first transfer window because I was quite busy trying to rebuild this team. As you can see, after 5 games we are sitting pretty top of the table, 5 games unbeaten. First thing I'm going to look at is the transfers, and yeah, I've been busy. I've spent a total of 344 million. Yeah, I kind of went all let's rebuild. So I brought in Greasy, ex-Villa player now, obviously plays for Man City in real life. I signed him for 60. I've signed Gabby Jesus from Man City for 57 total. Yuri Tillemans 60 total. Eric Garcia from Liverpool for 73 million. Alphonso Davies has joined for a total of 94. Max Aaron 62, and Josep Martinez from RB Leipzig, I needed a backup goalkeeper, has joined from Leipzig for 2.9. As for the outbounds, now this doesn't say all of the outbounds, so I'm going to have to go back a season because it was at that weird crossover phase. Most of note, I sold Braithwaite for 11.25, Ricky Pig left for 7.5, Neto left for 10, Emerson left for 8.5, But the big one, Frankie de Jong, he left. Man City come in with a bid of 100 million for him. I said no and went 150, and they just went, there you go. So yeah, I sadly lost Frankie de Jong halfway through the Club World Cup. Yeah, which wasn't really ideal. Now, I also sold Samuel Umtiti for 21 million total. It's going to go up to 21 million. But you may have noticed over here, I've also signed Diego Costa, Eric Bailly, and Raheem Harper. Now, I signed these three January, obviously, the previous season for the end of contracts. Now, the only reason I signed these guys is Harper was generally just going to be cannon fodder for potential resale. Eric Bailly was just going to be backup, and Diego Costa was going to be backup to Memphis Depay. But then I had the email saying that the debts are cleared, so I figured, let's go have some fun with the money. So I think overall I've brought in about 220 million with the Frankie de Jong and the Umtiti money added onto these guys. Is it? Yeah, 200 quid, 200 million, and I've spent 344. So yeah, I kind of went overboard a little bit. Wage budget's gone back up, so I failed on doing that. Club still got no net debt, and that's gone down anyway. I have 164 million pound in transfer debt, but obviously that's going to be paid over so amount of time, and I figured this is the last season I'm going to be here, so let's try and go for as much as we can. We're in the Supercopa de España, we're in the Champions League, we're in this league, Liga Santander. Now, we lost in the Club World Cup in the quarterfinal to Messi's PSG, so we won't talk about that. And yeah, all we can do is our best in this, I suppose, and we'll see how we get on. Right, let's jump to the end of January, see what more, if any more transfers, or how we've been getting on, and we'll wrap up season 3 and this mini Barcelona rebuild, I guess. So in the third season that's been disrupted by the Qatar World Cup, you currently find us top of the league still. 17 games we've played, 43 points. Jesus is scoring, a fair amount of goals, to be fair. 16 overall. Griezmann's still at the club and he's on 10 assists. I've just not been able to move Coutinho and Griezmann on whatsoever. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to have a little look at the squad. So naturally we've still got ter Stegen, Garcia, Lenglet, Araujo and Bailly, Roberto, Alaba, Davis, Aarons, Dest. Busquets, again I've tried to move him on. See, I say it's a shame this is the last season, because there's a couple of players here that aren't going to be here at the end of next season, like Griezmann. You've got Coutinho, Busquets, Sergio Roberto. They're all out of contract and they're all on like £150,000 plus. So I think we can have an actual look at that, can't we? So finances, and you go to your wage and your salary commitments, and you do that. Like Griezmann's got one more season, but £625. Who in their right mind is paying somebody £625,000 a week? But yeah, so I'll hopefully lose him, but you lose him, that's half a £500,000 in wage, £300,000 in wage. He's a 2-star rated player now, and if you're an FM regular, as soon as he hits 30, he's dead to you. So yeah, okay, Sergi's got a couple of years. I thought that was thingy, but he's wanted, so I could get rid of him. That's a saving. It's a saving of almost 300 grand. So yeah, it can be done. But yeah. I just need to move a few people on. How are we getting on in the competition? So you find us in the Champions League first knockout round, first leg against Juventus. We also won the Supercopa de España, and we were knocked out by Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey. Everything's going alright, I suppose. Ansu Fati, my top scorer in the Champions League. Should we check in on little Messi? Little Lionel. Playing for Paris, he's played 41 games for them, scoring 27 goals. He's got a contract until 2024, and he's only on 200k a week here. I'm going to put scouting on progress and see if he'd be interested in coming back. Do you know what? I wouldn't put it past that happening in real life. You know, I could see it happening in real life. Messi will go back to Barcelona at the end of his 2-year contract with PSG. Maybe even after the first season, I don't know. I suppose it depends on if he hits the ground running, because he's not enjoyed the first couple of games, has he? So, yeah. So, last jump until the end of the little episode. I say little episode, it's gone on for a while, hasn't it? And yeah, I'll see you at the end. Now, it's something about this tactic that just likes the high 90 points. First season, wasn't it 97 points? Second season, was it 96? 97 in the third season, and it is an absolute beast of a tactic. GYIFM, take your hat off to this tactic. I think I'm going to use this tactic to see out the rest of FM21, and I tell you what, mate, you've definitely got yourself a follower for FM22 to see what you can come up with. This tactic is absolutely insane, and I've absolutely loved playing with it. It's not been the bee's knees in Europe, however, as we lost to Juventus. Never mind, never mind. It is what it is, but that's 3 league titles in a row. You know, we've absolutely run away with it. You know, a bit of a hiccupy start at the start here, but then it's just been a constant one-way run. Squad after the end of the third season: Pjanic, who I actually transfer listed to try and get him off the wage bill, being a 33-year-old player. He was the best player out overall, followed by Ronald Araujo, 24 years old. I'm butchering his name, definitely. And yeah, Griezmann. You know, fined for his violent conduct against Ouch. But yeah, Jackie Grealish at Barcelona, 4.5 stars. You can only say Greece is definitely decent on this game, isn't it? I would have liked a little bit more from him here though, but still, 8 and 11 return is not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. So that brings the end of my Barcelona rebuild. We've now got ourselves a nice net debt of 70 million again, but the bank loan is now down to 97 million, so committed spending is 4.7, so that's gone back down to the 400s, and we've got a transfer budget of 200 million, but that is it. We're not playing any more of Barcelona. It's been fun, it's been enjoyable. Did I touch on transfers in January? I don't think I did I? But we didn't make any anyway, not any inbounds anyway. Outbounds was just really loans, no sales, so it's all good. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you again for the next one. The next rebuild, I think we're going to be off to, I think we're off to Portugal. Definitely off to Portugal. Yeah, I think I'm going to go off to Portugal and give one of the teams that hasn't won a title in Portugal in a while, give them a shot at winning it. So I will see you for that, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.